This episode is brought to you by City Connections and Trump Mortgage.
Good day. I'm Abby Overton, and this is The Real Deal. More big deals this past week, with the largest leveraged buyout in history, involving the nation's biggest office building owner, a $1.2 billion deal in Times Square, and Donald Trump near approval for what will be Soho's tallest structure. The Blackstone Group plans to pay $36 billion for equity office properties in what will be the largest leveraged buyout in history, if it can pass regulatory scrutiny. Equity Office Properties is the nation's largest owner of office properties, with a portfolio that includes 590 buildings, including 8 in Manhattan. Yonkers-based real estate firm AVR Realty has purchased 5 Times Square from Boston Properties, Inc. for $1.28 billion in cash. The 1.1 million square foot, 37-story office building serves as headquarters for professional services firm Ernst & Young. The Class A building was developed in 2002, and the sale price equates to $1,163 per square foot. In another big Times Square deal, only days after 5 Times Square was sold, word came that 1745 Broadway was purchased by the Witkoff Group for $509 million, or $754 per square foot. It looks like developer Donald Trump will be given the go-ahead to make another mark on Manhattan's skyline. The city will likely grant building permits to Trump for the construction of a 45-story condominium hotel in Soho. If built, Trump's tower would be the tallest structure in the low-rise neighborhood between Midtown South and the top of the financial district. For the first time ever, both Midtown and Downtown made C.B. Richard Ellis's list of the world's most expensive office markets. Downtown, with its average rent of $41.99 per square foot, placed 48th on the list of 50. And Midtown, the most expensive office market in the United States, placed 24th with its average rent of $62.07. The most expensive office market in the world? That would be London's West End, where space rents for more than $212 per square foot. New numbers from the National Association of Realtors show that homes aren't the investment they used to be. Nationally, home prices dipped 1.2% in the third quarter, coming off a long run of record highs. The Northeast was hit the hardest, with numbers in the region falling 4.8%. The news isn't all bad, however. Locally, homes actually increased in value. According to the NAR, average prices in the New York metro area are still up 4.7% versus a year ago. Sales at the Stanhope condos at 5th Avenue and 81st Street have not gone as well as planned. In response, developer Gary Barnett is raising ceiling heights and planning to reintroduce the project to buyers this winter. Supermarket chain Trader Joe's opened its first New York City store in Union Square 8 months ago. Now, the company has announced it will open another in an unlikely place, on the southwestern edge of Forest Hills in Queens. Mortgage rates have fallen to their lowest level since the first of the year due to a cooling residential market. According to Freddie Mac's primary mortgage market survey, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.18% for the week ending November 22nd. Styrofoam can be environmentally friendly? That's what the builder of 9 new condominiums in Brooklyn's Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood is saying. Habitat for Humanity of New York City says it is using styrofoam blocks in its latest project because the material excels at keeping out noise, mold, and dust while keeping in warm or cool air. Plans to rehabilitate the Hudson Yards are about to take a big step forward. The city will issue $1.5 billion in Hudson Yards senior revenue bonds next month, the sale of which will help fund the extension of the No. 7 subway line west to 11th Avenue and 34th Street. The line currently terminates in Times Square. There's buzz that the iconic municipal building on Center Street could be one of the city-owned assets Mayor Bloomberg plans to sell to private developers. The 39-story limestone tower has long been home to city offices, but Bloomberg and developer Larry Silverstein have hammered out a deal to move many city agencies to Tower 4 of the World Trade Center once that building is completed. Properties sold by the city would likely be converted for residential use. The Department of Buildings is touting its enforcement blitz in Brooklyn's Manhattan Beach neighborhood, where contractors were erecting seaside mini-mansions in violation of zoning laws. As a result, half-built structures wrapped in plywood await zoning changes, and locals are angered by what they see as eyesores. The Empire State Development Corporation has delayed the release of its final environmental impact statement for developer Bruce Ratner's Atlantic Yards project, saying that some public comments were inadvertently excluded during the drafting of the document. The delay means approval for the giant project may drag into 2007. Just a week after sneaker giant Nike opened and closed its temporary store on Broome Street, Wired magazine has opened a pop-up technology store on the corner of Worcester and Houston. The store will close on December 31st. In another sign of the hot office leasing market downtown, law firm Labatten, Susharow and Rudolph will move its offices from the corner of Park Avenue and 41st Street to a 70,000 square foot space at 140 Broadway. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Real Deals webcast. Please join us next week for the latest real estate news. I'm Abby Overton, and this is The Real Deal.